We're going to go live right now to Bay News 9's Lori Davison. I'm hearing she is in Riverview along the Alafaya River with a family who's riding out the storm. Flooding, Lori, a big concern there as well.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, they're telling me that's what they are really concerned about, is that storm surge and flooding. As you said, you know, when we were driving out here, the roads are absolutely empty. So people are taking different routes here with this storm. Some, of course, have evacuated. Some are staying in hotels or shelters, and some are staying in their homes. And that is the situation that we're in right now, is staying here with some folks in a home. Now, I want to show you here, though, what it looks like. We're actually kind of in a dry area here to show you this, but it is very, very wet outside. This is the screened-in patio. You can see there is some rain coming down. You can see the trees swaying out there. We get some gust. In fact, we're having a particularly heavy gust. I'm getting some rain even coming through the screen in my face right now. Then Tim is also going to show you the Alafaya River. And this is the thing that is just amazing, is that actually the sand, you can see the sand there. The water is just like drained out of the river. There are boats sitting out here. The boats are literally sitting on sand. There's no way, you know, that you could even put them in the water because there's basically no water to put them in. I'm here now with the homeowner. We're going to talk to him now. This is Brian Hurt. And Brian, tell me kind of what your situation is at the house and what this looks like to you.
Well, we wanted to be able to clean up as soon as possible if anything were to happen and not have the house destroyed. Nobody has ever seen the Alafaya as far as we know. Several neighbors have lived here for 40 plus years and they've never seen it look like this. My boat could generally get out on the water. There's no water underneath my boat whatsoever. Never seen the Alafaya like this. And then we're worried about the storm surge coming back in. We're gonna be at high tide on the backside of the storm, which could potentially damage the home. So I didn't want to leave and allow something to happen to my home that I could prevent.
So you did make the decision here to stick it out, and kind of how are you planning on doing that? You showed us your pantry in there. You got lots of food. You're kind of just gonna take it as it comes.
Absolutely. We've stocked up plenty of water, plenty of food, plenty of everything to make sure that we could ride out the storm. We have a generator. As long as the storm surge doesn't affect that where we've got to shut it down, we're good to go. And the house is very safe. It's built to exceed Hillsborough County building codes. Our main thing is we're not in any danger of life. We're more interested in protecting the assets that we do have.
And then the last thing I wanted to say is you were telling me that you've got several properties and that they're all in flood zones. So this has got to be nerve-wracking for you. Absolutely.
Everything I have is in a flood zone. I have one rehab house that doesn't even have any insurance on it whatsoever on the water. Definitely a concern.
Okay, thank you very much for talking to us. So it's going to be a very interesting few hours here. They told me that they will be up all night here because they do have to deal with their generator, and they want to keep an eye on this like everybody else around the Bay Area. Veronica, back to you.
We're going to go live to Bay News 9's Lori Davison. She was visiting with a family in Riverview right by the Alafaya River, practically their backyard, who decided they would not evacuate. They would just basically survive the storm at the house. Lori, how are they holding up?
Well, you know, Veronica, there's actually several families who have decided not to leave here, and we are at a different house. This time we are at Chuck and Sue's house here along the Alafaya River, and Chuck's actually holding a flashlight so you can get a look at these trees behind me. The weather has definitely picked up out here in the last 2 hours. In fact, we're getting a gust right now. Look at that. Look at that, what you are seeing. Huge gust happening right now live on the air. You can see the tree there really swaying in the wind. The rain bands are beginning to come in. It is dark, but again, we've got him holding that flashlight, and you can see some of the activity out here. Now, the Alafaya River was very, very low a couple of hours ago. That was very interesting to see. There was just lots of sand outside. Again, more gusts coming on out here. Now, we do have some video to show you of when it was still light outside from the other house that we were at. They had a screened-in porch, but again, a lot of tree action there, trees swaying in the wind. He had a boat that was actually tied up very tight, but it was beginning to get loose and starting to sway. They had several people there at the house going to ride this out. In fact, we talked to one girl who was there. She left her house in Apollo Beach and is not sure what she's going to go back to. Here's what she had to say.
I felt like I was saying goodbye to my home, which was kind of devastating because I don't know if it's going to be there when I get back. I didn't have time to board anything up, sandbag anything. I mean, it was crazy. I just didn't really know. Put everything up high and say goodbye to my home if it's even going to be there when I get back.
And that is what a lot of people really are dealing with tonight. Now, Chuck and Sue told me that they actually started prepping their house here 3 days ago. They started bringing things in from downstairs. We are up on the top floor of the house, but they brought in a lot of furniture. They did some work on their dock to secure that. They brought some cars in. They brought some boats in because they just wanted to be careful. Now, the other thing that I do want to show people, and Tim, let's move over here to your left and show folks how dark it actually is over there. We understand that a lot of people out here in this area have lost power. Sue says that she's talked to some family members and other folks, and they've told her that they have lost power out here. It is very, very dark, so we are assuming that people have either evacuated or they have lost power in this area. Now, the big thing that they are worried about out here is the storm surge, because obviously these homes are on the water. So that is something that they will be watching throughout the night. Most of the folks here told me that they are not planning on getting a lot of sleep tonight. Most of them also do have generators, so if they do lose power in these homes that we're at, they will have those generators, but again, they are not planning on sleeping tonight as we wait this storm out. Reporting live in Hillsborough County, Lori Davison, back to you.